I mean, at this point, I really can't believe that they let her go. I really can't believe that the Dems let her go. And it really just shows you that they really are clueless, okay? She's a treasure here, all right? And on top of that, she's everything that Kamala Harris is not, okay? So that's that. We're here to get right into this video. Shout out to the King Squad, the King Squad family, the King Squad elites. Thank you to everyone who smashes that like button, hit subscribe. Thank you to everyone who emails me and keeps me updated in the emails and donates to the channel. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thank you to everyone who leaves a positive comment. Let's get into this video, and I will give my commentary more so on the back end. Let's get right to it.
Let's talk about everybody else and what matters here. The fact that we have all these troops in the region, this is an issue of sensitivity for you about where America is and why. Do you believe that this is something that will be rethought by the Trump administration?
Well, thank you, Chris. It's good to be with you on your show, and I appreciate you recognizing our veterans, my brothers and sisters in uniform, and the many challenges that our veterans in this country still face alongside their families. And to me, the most important commitment that veterans and servicemen and women should have from our leaders in this country, the best way to recognize that service and sacrifice and to say thank you is to make sure that our men and women in uniform are only sent into harm's way, or only sent to war as a last resort after all measures of diplomacy have been exhausted. Now, this is one of the many reasons why I think so many Americans turned out to vote for President Trump, is because he understands this. And we've seen how through his last administration, he didn't just talk about ending wars. He actually went out and did that work of direct diplomacy. He went out and met with dictators and adversaries in that pursuit of peace for the American people. So in his next administration, and he was very vocal about this throughout this presidential campaign, that his goal is to end wars, not start them. His goal is to prevent World War III and nuclear war, and spoke many times about things that Kamala Harris never brought up during her campaign, about how he understands the seriousness of the stakes and the threats that we face as the American people, specifically because of the foreign policy decisions made under the current administration. And so I can tell you, as someone who still wears the uniform, I'm a lieutenant colonel in the Army Reserve, as someone who's deployed to multiple war zones in different parts of the world, the most important responsibility that any president has is to serve as commander-in-chief. And it's important on this day, as Veterans Day, as well as you said, as every day, to recognize the best way to ensure our gratitude is shown to those who serve and their families is to make sure war is a last resort. And if it is required, that we take care of our men and women in uniform if and when they come home.
LTC, Gabbard, I thank you for your service, of course, and your family, because the whole family serves, no matter which member it is. The sacrifice is real, and you may serve again. What is your attitude towards being a member of the Trump administration?
President Trump is going through, and I know this is how he's spending a lot of his time right now, is looking at making these decisions about who he wants to serve on his team and in his cabinet. If there is any way that I can help achieve that goal and objective of preventing World War III and nuclear war, of course, I'd be honored to serve.
Where do you think you would be of most help to President Trump and this administration?
In a place where I can do that. There are a few different roles, I think, within this administration. But again, President Trump will make his decision, and it looks like he's already making some announcements this week.
They're coming out. We're seeing them. But you've never been one to want to play politics. Have you been active in the process, or you're just waiting to be asked?
No, I've been active as a member of the transition team. As you know, Chris, there are thousands of positions that a new administration has to fill within all of these federal agencies. And so we are doing our best to try to bring people together who support President Trump's vision, specifically as it relates to national security and foreign policy, to try to prevent what happened last time, which was he ended up with some neocons around him who were trying to, and I saw this as a member of Congress, they said yes to his face, and then around his back were trying to undermine his objectives so that they could feed their goals of continuing to keep us in a perpetual state of war to the detriment of the American people and our troops.
Yeah, I get you, but you got to be careful with just putting loyalists around you
It's
also,
not
right? I mean, you want better minds to the extent that you can have them.
It's people who are committed to the Constitution, who support our democratic.
Again, I just want to state that she is literally everything that Kamala Harris is not, okay? And, you know, how Kamala Harris got as far as she did, and it just amazes me because, honestly, you know, she's so undeserving. And then you sit here and you listen to Tulsi Gabbard, who is so deserving, okay? And just the way she speaks, the way she carries herself, and the knowledge that she carries and the value that she brings to the table is just unmatched, if you ask me. And I really think that Trump really does have the MAGA Avengers, okay? There's so many just awesome individuals here all over the place within the Trump MAGA team, and super blessed to have Tulsi Gabbard a part of it. So let's continue on with the video. Be sure to smash the like button, and thank you for everyone watching. Let's go.
Republic and the mandate that President Trump has been given by the American people in this election through the popular vote and the electoral vote to reject the neocon warmongers and actually work towards bringing about peace.
So let's talk for a second about what that looks like. The 40 to 50,000 that we have in the region, is that something that should be on the table for reassessment? Because I don't care where they are, they're certainly not completely safe. So is that an okay risk for America now?
I'm sure this is on President Trump's mind, and he will look to see where our troops are, where they are in harm's way, where they are based around the world, and make his decisions as commander-in-chief in all of these examples of does their presence, does their deployment, does their mission actually serve the best interests of the American people and our national security. He's obviously been very vocal about what that means and what that looks like throughout this campaign, and that assessment will come.
Shout out to Tulsi Gabbard, okay? Just
to recognize the
shout out to Tulsi Gabbard, okay? Again, you know, we're just so blessed to have her, and she is just an awesome mind, very influential and very inspiring to many, all right? And that's just what it is. Unlike Ku Klux Kamala Harris, who is out here trying to ruin our lives, our everyday, day-to-day lives, and sabotage financial futures, send our kids and generations, current new adults off to war, usher in the migrants, the invasion of the migrants, okay, the illegal aliens and all that kind of stuff. You know, Kamala Harris, you know, when put up side by side with Tulsi Gabbard, it's just, there's no comparison, okay? She can't compete where she doesn't compare. And that's really just what it is, okay? So, and that's really what comes to my mind as I see Tulsi Gabbard. And really just an amazing individual, amazing woman. And shout out to her. Thank you for her service. You know, in case she sees these videos, thank you for your service, all that kinds of stuff. Because, you know, she really has contributed a lot to this country. So that's my thoughts on that, you guys. Let me know what you guys think down below. Comment down below how you feel about this, all that kinds of stuff. And be sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe. As always, shout out to the King Squad, the King Squad family, the King Squad elites. You guys are appreciated, and you guys are awesome. And don't let anybody tell you any different, okay? I'm thankful for you guys. You guys are awesome. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.